Josh need to be quiet. Josh don't know nothing about pro football. He don't know why guys played in the past. He don't know why guys burned out. He don't know that the average lifespan of the last 30 years has been 3.2 years. So it's not burnout. It's called being the elite of the elite. It's called only 21,000 people have ever done this. So for me, he's naive, like a lot of rookies. He also said that if Tom Brady has 6 rings, then I want 7. Well, okay, tell that to the Jets when you go into their locker room. Tell that to one of these losing teams at the beginning of the draft. You went to Cleveland. Imagine saying that to Cleveland. Hey, guys, I'm going to win 6, 7 Super Bowls. Well, really? Because we ain't been in 6 or 7 playoff games. So for me, the rookies are naive, and they keep falling for answering all these questions the wrong way. Where his parents, what his parents did, has nothing to do with the NFL. Him saying that, oh, because my parents, I don't have to take a job at McDonald's, like, what kind of insight? Like, is he, there's a lot of other jobs, Josh. You don't have to have a minimum wage job. It's not like guys in the NFL going to the NFL, like they didn't have nothing else, like they don't have other skills. So for me, he's just a naive kid who doesn't know a whole bunch of like pro football, and he keeps stepping in it. I don't mind people being bright, but you can't explain to me why guys are good in the NFL and why they're not when you've never been in the NFL.
CC, one of the things you said to me before the show was that if Josh had played this differently, that his family background could be viewed as a plus.
Absolutely.
You talked about how I forget the exact, the recruiting story about dinner tables. Like, yes. Can you relay that to the...
Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer said he likes to sit down with families, both parents, husband, wife, kid, with parents that have a normal dinner time, that have a normal schedule, people that are professional, that the expectations at the dinner table, like I don't mind taking a kid, single parent. I don't mind taking a kid from the projects. But also, I have a thing about people that have high expectations in their life. And just because your parents have been successful or been educated, that's not a detriment coming into the league. But how you position it and how you talk about it, I believe, has been a negative for him.
Right. So the point, like, that we could, there's the idea that, oh, he's going to be rich. There's not a lot of rich kids in the league. He's not going to, if it gets tough, he could walk away. That is
actually,
one thing.
There's guys in the locker room that are richer than his parents.
Absolutely. No. But the point that I'm saying is it could be positioned like that. It could also be positioned as we were talking before the show, that you've got a lot of expectations, that all of a sudden there's a lot of, you have to achieve super highly at a super high level to be considered success in that family. Where Josh is, I think, setting himself up, and everybody, I shouldn't say everybody knows, but if people who watch the show know, like, listen, I think he's the best quarterback in the class. I also happen to like how intellectually curious he is. I like that part of him. But where Josh is hurting himself with people similar to my partner here, who are the people he's going to be in a locker room with, is he seems to be talking about things that he doesn't know about, and it's rubbing them, I believe, the wrong way. You talked about his biggest hurdle when he gets to the NFL.
It's one thing to be smart, but it's another thing to ask questions and sound stupid. To say, oh, my parents, yeah, they've been successful. Yeah, I don't need football. I wouldn't have to work at McDonald's. Well, who would have to work at McDonald's? A guy trying out for an NFL team. So I just think he's naive to the intellect of the players that are coming into the league.
So tell me how that affects, and I understand completely what you're saying, and I understand, and admittedly, he said he stepped in it many times along the way, and I think the reason he did this interview was to try to, I don't want to say put a Band-Aid on that, but maybe explain some of the points from which he was coming. But tell me how that translates to football, and like how that would affect him as a football player.
The players don't care. Like wherever he's getting drafted right now, the players don't care about that stuff.
And that would affect the way he plays?
One thing that the players tell rookie players, when you come into the locker room, don't come in with your press clippings. Don't nobody care about what he did at UCLA. Don't nobody care about what his parents did.
Could that keep him, though, from being successful?
I'm not going to use that against him. No player knows what's going on in the NFL till you get in the NFL locker room. They will be shocked, like players have been for decades, the type of people in there, the type of mentality in there, and how hard it is to repeat success. That's what it is. As smart as he is, he's still very, very naive about the business that he's getting ready to get drafted into.
The hardest thing for him, though, in your opinion, tell me if I'm wrong here, is not going to be the adjustment as far as family wealth. It's not going to be his level of intelligence. The hardest thing for him is going to be walking into an NFL locker room. The offense they're speaking might as well be another language, and the violence of it. The fact that he is not some untouchable. He's the best player on UCLA's team. He's the highest draft pick on UCLA's team. Special rules surrounding Josh Rosen. Wherever he drafts, he's going to be third quarterback on the depth chart his first day there.
Yep.
The rules as far as don't touch him at practice might not apply to him the way they apply to other guys.
He's going to be the end of every joke. He's going to be getting taped up to a goalpost. He's going to get big practical jokes pulled on him. He's going to get put in his jersey, stuff put in his trousers. Like, he's going to be at the bottom of the totem pole. And being smart, does that help you get from the bottom to the top? Yes, I believe it's a benefit. Intellect and learnedness is a benefit in pro sports. So I never knock people that are smart, because there are a lot of smart people there. But you have to learn how to use your intellect to be able to answer questions in a relative way, and stop looking like some kid. Like, he has no clue what's happening in the NFL. He's going to be shocked.
And when you say he's going to be shocked, I can't get over a story you told me unrelated to Josh months ago. It's about one of the teammates you played with that you hold in the highest regard, John Randall.
Yes.
John Randall, literally, the home he grew up in, dirt floor, literal dirt floor, right?
He had his locker right before you go to the field. And he had a picture of, I can't call it a hut, I can't call it a house, but the structure had no plumbing and had a dirt floor. And everyone who played with Johnny Randall knew that was up in his locker. And every day he was in a pursuit not to go back there. So Josh talking about, oh, I might not have to go to McDonald's. There's a lot of guys in the locker room like Johnny Randall that are going to be your teammates. Guys going to be fighting for you, and you need to relate to them on some level. And that part, I believe, Josh is going to have to adapt to, because there's more people in the locker room like Johnny Randall than there are like Josh Rosen.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.